Hello and welcome to Quartz Light, your car brochure channel, and today's episode, the Nissan Patrol. Hello and welcome back to Quartz Light, your car brochure channel, where we look at car brochures from around the world for the 60s, 70s, 80s and 90s. Today is your Saturday special, usually a bit of a shorter episode. If you think that might interest you, please consider subscribing. It really does help the channel. And welcome to the weekend. Hooray, it's Saturday, your Saturday special, where we're going to continue looking at the Nissan car range for 1985. Sadly, we've come to the end of that brochure. It's the final car in the brochure, the Nissan Patrol. But what a wonderful journey and what a huge range of cars Nissan really had. It's a shorter version, like I say, so let's jump straight into that brochure. This was the three-door version, obviously, by the looks of it. This was like the crudest and more stripped-down version, actually. The three-door was kind of like your vinyl seat, very much utilitarian, kind of like think Land Rover. Very crude design. You can even see the leaf springs at the back. I'm sure a very uncomfortable place to be. You can even spot they have leaf springs at the front there. I'm not sure, but that would make it even more cruder. But I know it's a very crude vehicle. Surprising that they sold so well in the UK. We did remember seeing quite a few of them around. And I guess in some ways this is what spawned the modern day SUV, where people liked these vehicles, were a bit higher off the ground, but really didn't need their off-road capabilities, which obviously this had great off-road capabilities. Most people didn't need that, so SUVs came around where they looked a bit off-roady but had none of the capabilities. The other model was the 5-door, which kind of like rode a little bit nicer. Being a longer wheelbase, of course, made it a little bit not quite as bouncy, but also it had things like cloth seats and carpets in the 5-door, but really a vehicle. I remember at the time thinking these looked too big for the UK roads, but then we look at SUVs today and they're absolutely huge. Very popular in places like Australia though. Anyway, let's have a look at some of the text and learn a little bit more about the Nissan Patrol. So here we go. Patrol hardtop and estate. Nissan Patrols go anywhere. All-purpose four-wheel drive vehicles that have been tested in countries all over the world to perform ruggedly and reliably, whether climbing over rocks, ploughing through mud and snow, or climbing the side of a mountain. How many people in the UK did any of that? Although I'm sure a few farmers used them successfully. There are also excellent load carriers for normal road use, offering a comfortable lifestyle with thickly upholstered seating, powerful heating and ventilation, and luxury equipment levels included tinted glass and push-button radio. Both hardtop and estate models have a choice of a 2.litre petrol or 3.3 litre diesel engines. They have power steering and a simple to use transfer box. For normal road use, only the rear wheels need to be driven, giving extra economy. For off-road work, four-wheel drive in either high or low ratios can be engaged, and you have a willing workhorse that will tackle any sort of terrain. The Patrol hardtop is a 2-door, 5-seater short wheelbase vehicle with easy to clean vinyl covered seating and flooring. The Patrol Estate is a 4-door, 7-seater long wheelbase version with the added luxury of cloth seats and floor carpets. Both are built by Nissan to exceptionally high quality standards, with the bodywork bolted to the rugged chassis for a lifetime of hard work. So here are the specifications, and as it said, you get that petrol or the diesel in that short wheelbase or the long wheelbase versions. Steering power assisted, and here we go, suspension type semi-elliptic leaf spring and telescopic shock absorbers all round front torsion bar stabilizers. So, leaf springs all round. That's a really antiquated way to do it. So a very crude vehicle. Front disc, rear drums. What else have we got here? A very high towing capacity, as you can see, and at the bottom here the fuel consumption figures. So looking at the long wheelbase, that the petrol version, quite a thirsty beast, particularly for the UK, where petrol prices tend to be a lot higher than other parts of the world. We're talking, let's have a look, what is it? The sort of town drive is down to 14.9, your constant 56, 22.2. So not fantastic, but even the diesel wasn't great. Long wheelbase diesel, constant 56 was 25, town driving was 19.8. Having said that, I did have a Land Rover Defender 2.5 litre turbo diesel with the 300 TDI, and that, I must admit, 25, it used to get 25 no matter what you did on that actually. And obviously the short wheelbase at this side is doing that things slightly better, but still that petrol is a thirsty vehicle for the UK roads. And another kind of like zoom in on the short wheelbase, and yeah, you can see that leaf spring suspension there at the front and at the rear. Sort of Nissan Patrol graphics on the side. I must admit, overall, I do like the sort of dimensions on the short wheelbase. Like I say, it looks very, very sort of Tonka truck-like, doesn't it? And whenever I think of Nissan Patrols, this is always the series I think of, the Series 3 or 3rd generation. Zoom in on this big, long wheelbase version. And again, we can see that sort of leaf spring suspension just at the front there. So I used to think, Land Rover Defenders were kind of basic, but they kind of like went to coil springs all round, didn't they? Again, the big Nissan Patrol graphics, and you can just about glimpse in to see those cloth seats. Steel wheels seem to be the only option at this time. It really is a car that's in stark contrast, really, isn't it, to the car it shares its page, the 300C, and all its luxuries and refinements. And like I said, that is the end of the brochure. Kind of like the final page is showing this little graphic on here, and he's telling us that the boldest and latest overseas venture is in the UK, with a new factory under construction at Washington, Tyne and Weir, which I presume is what that picture is kind of like showing. And he's kind of like telling us the building work is due to be completed this year, ready for production of the first British built Nissan cars in 1986. An expansion beyond that to 250,000 units per year. So really showing, where Nissan is going. So there we go. The Nissan Patrol concludes our journey through the Nissan range for 1985. If you remember these big Nissan Patrols, please do jot that in the comments. There were certainly quite a few, I seem to remember, running around where I lived anyway. Like I said, it's the end of the series, so I'll have to find something new to do next for next Saturday's special. But thank you so much for watching the episode, and I hope you've enjoyed the series. Please do like and subscribe if you've not done it already. Please enjoy your weekend. We'll see you very soon. Take care and goodbye.